Hello, I'm here in Playa del Carmen, Mexico. This is day 3, and it's my third day of a water fast. The first day I dry fasted, but today is day 3 of my fast. Yeah, and I thought I'd just make like what I'm doing today here in Mexico while I'm fasting. So I woke up probably over an hour ago, but I've just kind of been laying in bed, a little tired and not wanting to move. I had a dream that I was driving around with my brother really late around town, and we went to Taco Bell and just ordered like a massive amount of food. I just was scarfing down like 8 burritos and a big bowl of rice, um, and like taquitos, all this crappy food. And yeah, that pretty much happens almost every time that I fast. I have some cooked food dreams. And Arnold Ehret talks about how when you're having like these memories or possibly dreams of like old food, or you just like have these vivid images and reactions to certain foods, a lot of the time what that means is the old like the old toxins that those foods created that have been stuck in your body for so long, in your tissues and in your cells, are getting released into the bloodstream. And as they're getting released in order to detox out of the body, then a lot of the time you're going to have like vivid imagery of those foods, um, yeah, as they're detoxing. So I think that it's a really good thing to have these cooked food images and cooked food dreams. And another theory is, if you're thinking about it more along the lines of like a bacterial sense, a lot of people say that when you're having these cooked food urges and images, that's the bacteria dying off that is feeding off of the toxic food, and that's them sending you very heavy signals, trying to get you to eat these toxic foods so that way they can continue to feed off of them. And so if you just like sit with that and let go of it, and just kind of flow through it and let these bacteria that are not benefiting you die off, then yeah, you're going to have more control over yourself and your habits. And so some people say that it's just the bacteria dying that are sending you those signals, that imagery. So thought I'd share that. And so now I'll probably meditate for an hour and then probably do maybe like 10 minutes of breath work. And I'll talk with you in a little bit. Okay, so this is at 5 times normal speed, and here I'm just doing like a counted breathing exercise where I'm inhaling for 4 breaths, inhaling for 4 counts, holding for 6 counts, exhaling for 4 counts, and holding for 6 counts, and just repeating that cycle. I really enjoy like holotropic style breath work and like rebirthing kind of breath work, but I find it's a lot more intense and it's hard to motivate myself every day to do those styles of breath work. So I find that this counted breath work is just a little bit easier and like mentally acceptable for me. And I only do 10 minutes. I'd love to do more like 30 minutes at least, but 10 minutes is what, will motivate me to actually do it every day. Where if I'm doing long sessions of breath work, sometimes it's hard to feel inspired to actually do it. So this short 10 minutes of breath work, the counted breath work, is more to just relax me and energize me kind of at the same time, and really to just get a nice flow of oxygen throughout my entire body. If you can just motivate yourself to do any sort of breath work, whether it's 1 to 5 minutes, that's going to be better than no breath work at all. And there's so many different forms of breath work. Just really motivate you to start breathing. And then here, this is after that 10 minutes, and this is a technique called dynamo breathing, which is like 10 breaths through the mouth, deep breaths, and then it's like 40 to 50 breaths at least, but just gradually speeding up, getting faster and faster, which just creates like a huge supply of oxygen throughout your body into your brain. Feels super euphoric. And then I kind of start to slow it down. And then you're supposed to, on the last breath, exhale completely out, all the air in your lungs completely out, and then you hold. Here I think I breathed in and held at the top with a full lungs. But yeah, you breathe out and then hold for as long as you can, then you breathe in, hold for as long as you can, and then you start breathing normally. And if you just do 40 to 50 breaths of this dynamo breath work, you're gonna feel like instant euphoria and relaxation as well as energy. It's really amazing. If all you do is just spend like a minute doing this dynamo breath work, you'll feel the effects of it. So here I'm just doing some quick stretching. Basically my basic stretches that I like to do, just really simple and quick, are like forward bends, back bends, and splits. Those are kind of the main things that I like to do that help me feel really good in my body, and just seem like essential stretches for me. I am pretty flexible compared to the average person, and I attribute most of my flexibility and my ease of flexibility to a really like hydrated, water-rich fruitarian diet, and just not really eating very many dehydrating foods. I think that that's the number one thing that keeps us from being very flexible, or at least like flexible with a lot of ease, because you can be really flexible eating an acidic, heavy diet, but you're probably going to be in a lot more pain. It's probably going to be a lot more difficult, and I find that it's just much easier and that I'm way more fluid when I'm eating a clean, raw vegan, fruitarian, water-rich diet. And here I'm on the 3rd day of a water fast, so I don't really feel a whole lot of heaviness or inflammation at all in my body. Being on a water fast, the only thing here is I feel like a little weaker than normal, So it feels just slightly more exhausting to try and stretch, but at the same time it feels easier and like I actually have more flexibility a little bit. And I have another video where I'm doing more free stretching and I talk more about all this with diet and stretching. You can check that out if you're interested in being more flexible. I'm really been into like contortion lately, and I haven't been practicing much, but I would really like to start getting even more into it. Just being able to move my body and flex in really amazing ways. It also feels like it's just releasing a lot of stuff every time I push myself and like pop certain parts of my body. It just feels like something's been released, and I just feel more integrated in myself. So I love stretching. Definitely promote it. So here after stretching is just me trying to do a couple of handstands. I didn't really get any good ones in. I got tired pretty quickly. But also I just wanted to kind of talk about my body just because a lot of people, comment that I'm very skinny and slim and malnourished and that I look anorexic. And yeah, I think I just want to say that I am like in love with my body, and I think that I am beautiful and sexy, and I just love how I feel in my body. I love the way that I move in my body. I love what all I can do with my body. Like, I feel very impressed with myself, and I don't have any sense of like my body being, I don't know, like not attractive. I think that I'm a very attractive human being. So I think I really just wanted to express the love that I have for my body.